few days' time. Basically, the MPP opened its nomination for people who are interested in being the flag bearer to file. It's been done. The vetting is tomorrow. We expect everybody to go through. So we'll basically have 5 people who will be contesting. The election is expected to be on the 7th, by the wish of God, and barring any circumstances, it will happen. And so the candidates are moving around the whole country trying to seek the mandate of the delegates. Obviously, you would know that the MPP delegate, the nature of the MPP delegate has changed. Before, we used to have just 10 delegates from each constituency moving to a particular location in the form of a congress to elect the presidential candidate. But the constitution has since been amended. Of course, the way others were happy, others were not happy. Nanado, for example, stood strongly behind the amendment of the constitution to expand the electoral register. And today we have 115,000 people who are going to do the elections. They would be voting exactly in their constituencies. And so it is important that you go and meet this number of people to do the voting. I believe your constituency here has over 400 delegates that will be voting on that particular day. So basically we're here to talk to the people, to tell them why we believe that it is important to retain Nanado. We believe that it's important to let Nanado go again. I believe that the people must look up to Nanado to be their next candidate. Basically, that's the reason why we are here.
Okay, Honorable, let's go into the campaign trail, considering this particular round. What would you say has been or have been some of your major challenges as you hit the campaign trail?
No, we've not faced major challenges. It's important to realize that getting the time and effort and resources to meet huge numbers of people like this is a huge challenge. But we think that it's not a problem, it's a challenge, and we also believe that it's good enough to psych up the party. It's good enough to get the grassroots of the party, the foot soldiers of the party, psyched out the party people, the 5 who are supposed to form the core and the base of the party, who on that day move to do the campaign for the delegate and even sell the parliamentary candidate, understand what they are looking for and let them understand why they should go in for that kind of person. And it is important that once you elect somebody, you can actually fight for the person. But if somebody were to elect the person for you, it's difficult to be able to fight for the person. So for us, they are normal procedure, we believe, and we enjoy meeting them. It's been difficult all over because we wake up very early and we come back very late, just trying to meet them. In total, we meet on average about 4 constituencies a day. Sometimes it can go as much as 5. Sometimes it's as low as 3. But at least it's between 3 and 5 locations that we meet a day, trying to talk to the delegates. When the constituency is too broad, we divide it into 2 or 3 times, and then we meet them. Such as Dumase, for example, we divide it into 3. And then Amanse West, we divided it, for example, into 2 locations where we met the delegates. But for us, it's been very challenging. We see clearly that Nanado has grassroots support. The people support him. They want him to come back. They understand that if you have sold a candidate to get 49.77, you don't change that kind of candidate, especially when he's gone with a sitting president and people are regretting voting that sitting president. The obvious choice is to go back to the one who contested him, and that's Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So for us, we are very confident come 7th, the MPP people will endorse Nanado. But the message we are appealing to them is to endorse him with a heavy margin, endorse him with a very good margin, because if you vote, for example, in another way to get 54, 50, 51, 60%, it doesn't carry the sort of weight if Nanado gets 90%. It shows clearly that the party is not divided on the ground. And for that matter, once there's unity, if you vote for an individual, for example, 80, 85, 90%, it gives one message to the people of Ghana that MPP is solely united behind one leader, and that leader is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So for us, we are confident that is the target we're looking for, and we're working very hard to ensure that the people understand why they should vote for him. Like I said already, we've sold him.
Let me ask, is there desperation in Nanado's camp? Some people seem to believe that this is Nanado's last chance of contesting the presidency, and he must win at any cost. Is that the case in your...
There's no cutoff point for anybody who wants to contest Ghana. If you're 100 years, and you do have the ability and capacity, you can contest elections. So when somebody uses the word the desperation and last chance, I wonder where they're coming from. In fact, Arnold Reagan, when he was 70 years before he became the U.S. president, he's been one of the best U.S. presidents that the U.S. has had. In fact, he brought down communism. They ended the Cold War and brought down communism. And so when somebody talks about desperation, I don't understand. And now he's 66 years. By the next election, he will be 68. And when Nana Addo would have finished his first term, he will be 72. Just 2 years older than when President Reagan became American president. The best president, one of the best presidents or prime ministers that Britain has had is Churchill. Churchill was around 68 when he has ascended the throne of the UK. So when someone is talking about Nana Addo's last chance, I beg to differ. They should come again. In fact, a very good president. Look at this man, Abdullah Wad. Abdullah Wad became president when he was 75 years. The Liberian president, Sharif, the first woman in Africa to be president, she became president when she was 70 years. So what are they talking about when they say Nana Addo's last chance?
Okay,
I don't understand
point well stated, Honorable. I'll get back to you. Meanwhile, let me go over to Honorable Baba Awudu Mohammed. Honorable, would you tell us about how you see MPP after this particular process of primaries? Because right now it's perceived that there are serious cracks within the party, considering the current running around. So how do you see the MPP after this particular process?
Thank you very much. I don't think there is any problem at all. We will become one people after the Congress, and we have done it before. We have started going Congress way back 1992, and always there is competition. That's, I said, between Kufuor and Dubois. It was like that. After the Congress united, 1998, Kufuor against Nana Akufo-Addo. There was competition. 2007, Akufo-Addo against Alan Chimatin. There was competition. And people think that after the Congress, the party is going to crack. And it didn't happen that way. So I don't see how it is going to happen this time. And I'm telling you, the MPP will become even much stronger after August 7th.
Okay, the MPP will become much stronger after August 7th. Finally, your last messages, and I'll come back to you. Anything that you want the general public to get to know concerning?
Well, if the general public is listening, I want them to identify who the delegates are. That is the polling station executives, the chairman, the secretaries, the organizers, and let them know who they really want to vote in 2012. You see taxi drivers telling us that we should vote for Nana Akufo-Addo, or we'll have our campaign hitting the rocks. You have market women warning the MPP that they will march the parliament naked if we don't vote Nana Akufo-Addo in Kumasi here. You have a lot of the young people, the youth, telling us that, look, this is the man who has vision for us. This is the man who has promised free education for us at the secondary school. This is the man who says that he's going to revert Get Farm back to the tertiary institutions and make it stronger. This is the man who says that, look, I'm going to invest in the youth and ensure that I expand the economy to create employment. Because, look, student as you are, when you complete school today with an embargo in employment, where are you going to go? After your national service, you have nowhere to go. So you will need somebody who will come and think outside the box, and not the old way of thinking and rely on the IMF and World Bank to come and stampede us and tell us that you cannot employ people. You need somebody who can turn Ghana around. You need somebody who is not corrupt, somebody who has not found to be corrupt. Nana Addo has held 2 ministries, and each of them, they've done more than 6 audits. And each of them, Nana Addo has come out very clean. Not even a single debt is on this man. So you need people like that to be able to carry you forward. And I believe that the general public should be telling the delegates this and tell them that everyone who is a representative of the polling station should go and vote Nana Addo. Because look, if you are a delegate, you are just a representative. You are nothing else. It's just because the whole constituency cannot go there and be delegates. That's why they've picked 5 people to be their delegates, and they should hear that, what the people are saying, and do that. And we believe that Nana Addo should be given the chance to go and bring power to the MPP. Okay, so that was the voice of Member of Parliament for Bimbilla East, Honorable Dominic Nitiwul. And then we come back to Baba Awudu Mohammed. What is your last bit for listeners?
Thank you. My last word is that Focus FM is on my constituency. I'm the constituency organizer. So I wish you well. And I also wish the delegate, those who are here, Nana Addo and his team, well on their journey. And I also extend my greetings to all the MPP members in Ofurukrum constituency, especially those in campus and the TESCOM members. I wish them well. And I thank you very much for bringing us on the studio to talk about Nana Akufo-Addo and his campaign.
Well, thank you too very much for honoring our invitation, and that will be it. You're still on the 6 o'clock major news bulletin.